Okay, y'all, this is it.
What's going on, good people? You already know what time it is. The Falcons have won this preseason game. Preseason game, but good for momentum. But again, I got to get this right. I got this from Walters when I went home, so got to throw this back on a little bit. Pride of the South right here. These Falcons, they got it in tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Offensively, defensively, and also did a little something on special teams tonight. But tonight is not about, like I said earlier, what I'm going to be doing. I've already posted the StreamYard link on the YouTube and also on the Facebook. If you're already not subscribed to the Birdcage, please go ahead and subscribe for us. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook tonight, go ahead and click that StreamYard link so we can see who you are, so we can recognize you during the after party. Pretty much, this is the after party. Little something right now. So this is a beautiful night. We're gonna enjoy it, talk a little Falcon football, and just talk about the expectations of what you as fans expect. So the first person I'm gonna bring into the show tonight, I got to bring in my man, one of the OGs of this, who was here with me from the start of it. My guy, Graybeard. What's going on, big boy?
What's going on, Birdcage? What's going on, Mr. Historian? How you doing, man?
Hey, man, it's always a beautiful time when you can actually watch the Falcons win a game, even if it is a preseason game. But, again, hey, this is just what it is, bro. So how are you feeling about tonight?
Man, I'm loving what I'm hearing, man. I'm loving what I'm hearing. We scored on all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams, man. I love the way the defense is looking so far, especially with the secondary, man.
Yes, sir.
Especially in the red of the when they got down to the red zone, how they bulked up, man. Left them scoreless first half. Man, I just love what I'm hearing, man. Love it.
Well, we had to do a little like Soldiers Love say, you had to do a little slow motion, just that. I like it like that. You know what I'm saying? We had to do a little slow motion for him. So even though it's a little slow motion, I'm going to slowly slide over here to my partner, the other OG, who helped us get this thing started tonight by providing the stream. I got Killian K. Worthy with the Roddy White jersey tonight. Excuse me, Roddy White jersey tonight. Let me make sure I get that straight.
Hey,
what's happening?
Hey, your mic is muted.
Your mic is muted, player. What's going on, K-Dub?
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. Perfectly. You know what's happening with you, man.
Oh, nothing much. I'm just checking in to the bird cage to give my analysis of what happened today. It was a great day for the defense in the secondary. I would like to have seen more of the the regular starters, but I understand the process. But from the backups and from the guys that did play, they played their hearts out and they came out of Miami with the win.
Yes, sir. Well, we got somebody up in the birdcage first time out of Jacksonville, Florida. My man Gino Vision. What's happening, Mr. Duval County? What's going on, Bubba? So, getting back to it though, let's talk about it, man. I'm gonna let you go ahead and start, Gray Beard. I think K Dub ended up flashing out. Oh, there he is. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you start because I know K Dub got some stuff. Because boy, he definitely was into it during the game tonight when he was streaming. So while we're getting that or whatnot, what did you see? What did you like? And what do you think is going to be the future for this team? I know they kept it vanilla tonight, but from the little bit that you saw from the Falcons, how do you feel about the Falcons tonight?
I liked how the defense came out aggressive. They came out and attacked. I like how the front. I like how the defensive front looked. As well, getting pressure off rip, man, and really
Mm-hmm.
to a certain extent, we gave up some plays, man, which is to be expected. But I love what I seen from up front. I love what I seen from the secondary. The secondary just looked absolutely amazing. So like Hellerman, I don't root for Bama like that, but that boy played tonight. He came off with an injury. I hope he's all right or whatever it may be. But I loved how the secondary both up in the red zone, man, which has been one of our kryptonite. But I just like their aggressive play call and the offense. Offensive line did pretty well. We only
Mm-hmm.
back tonight for the offensive line. So I really truly like the collective, and we played all three phases of the game, man. Like you already preach about that unknown with your special teams, man. D Alfred, he making team, man. Bump Darby and D Alfred, bro.
Well, I say this here, man. The one thing that I've been, we were saying here, been preaching on special teams is a big part of it. It showed tonight as well when D'Offer had the 79-yard touchdown return. But the other thing that we have to also look at is the fact that that secondary is totally different from what it has been in the, pretty much since the Mike Smith days. Let's be honest with it. Let's be honest about it. We haven't had a secondary that's been this aggressive. And I got to give a shout out to my guy, Chris Holloway. He's a Bama fan, because the last time he came onto the show and we talked about the draft, he spoke on DeMarco Helms and said that Marco Helms was going to be the deal of this draft for us. And so far in his first preseason game, he's paying dividends with that, with the interception and leading the team in tackles tonight. So, Killian, got to get to my man K Dub on this one, man. How do you feel about this? Because we've all been in a situation where question a lot of Bama players. They start off hot and then they fizzle, but this dude is coming in like just with reckless abandon, as they said he's been doing in training camp all summer long.
Well, like I said, I mean, I like the way he came out. He's a sleeper. He's not one of the guys that I thought would shine in the beginning, but he's really surprised me. So, so far so good. I mean, he's looking like he want to take somebody's job. So, long as he can keep his head, make those clean hits, and continue to stay healthy, I believe he can help us this season.
Agreed. So with everything that we have going on and whatnot, let's just be real on this right now. We're in a position now where everything is delicate right now. And with everything being delicate, it's we still got a lot of people that saying this might be fool's gold. Because we've seen solid performances in the preseason and we've seen the Falcons go from having everybody saying yes, 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 and then having them take off their hats and actually. We've seen that. Assistant fans understand.
Working up, Ryan.
Breaking up a lot. You're breaking up a lot.
You just
How
broke.
about now?
Oh, you good now?
All right. So what I'm saying is I've seen a lot of different things that have gone on with the Falcons left and right. We've all, since we've been, Falcon fans, lifelong fans, we've seen the Falcons have good preseason games, and then when it comes to the season, it doesn't translate. Now, the thing that we have to have a little bit more confidence on right now is the fact that we have a defense that is veteran laid, outside of having young guys that are hungry. And when you have these individuals that are going to be around, you really look at like, okay, let's see if this is going to translate into this season, and let's see what we're going to be able to have with that.
Yeah.
So, other than that, we have the StreamYard link provided for those who are joining us right now. It's already in the chat. If you want to come in here and jump in and talk to us or whatnot, we have it posted in Facebook. If you don't see it in Facebook, my crew will sit there and get it to you. Make sure that we have it there, because right now we're opening up the lines to bring you guys in to chat with us tonight.
I also like how Woodcock played at QB number 3, man. I think he played pretty solid. I think he showed a lot of toughness. He made some good throws. Some throws didn't look too well, but overall, man, I think he played pretty solid tonight. And the running back, number 42, I can't really pronounce his name like that. He looked like he might stick around a little bit while longer too, because I like how he attacked. He doesn't pedal. He just one cut and just go and just hit the whole run card. I like him. And Ali, the boy you kept talking about, even though he had one crucial drop, he he's gonna be a sleeper on that offense.
Yeah, you definitely see it. You definitely see it coming in. And with everything that's coming in or whatnot, you really see that everything is in a spot where it's like, dang, are these guys really for real? Or are they just pretty much fighting to get a job? Because you know how it goes. Some guys get a paycheck and they get comfortable. In
Right.
this situation, I don't think that they're going to allow these guys to get comfortable and be in a situation to where they're going to steal paychecks. That's how I feel. I
mean,
believe they're really trying to build something.
it started from like there when the off season, man. I think the mentality changed. And the way Terry Fontenot attacked their free agency and the draft. He got players like, look, they're hungry, they want to eat. Like you said, they got a car seat in the back. They trying to go out there and provide for their family. And it all started with training, and you've seen it in training camp. People are competing, man, and that's one of the things that we was lacking is the competition among each other. So I'm just liking it so far right now.
So Killian, I'm gonna give you a few points that I've noticed tonight, but I want you to chime in on these right here and let me know what you think about it and where do you think we're gonna go with this. So ladies and gentlemen, before I get started with that, that is the StreamYard link you should be looking for in Facebook and also on YouTube. We definitely have that posted for you guys so you can come in and chime in with us and just enjoy yourselves, kick back and enjoy everything that you got right now.
Daniel, get in here.
Yo, Daniel, get in here. You had the most to say during the game tonight, so you might as well bring your behind in here. Go ahead and put little man to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Congrats to being a pappy, but put little man to sleep. Give him a little melatonin with his milk, and come on in here and join the boys for the night. It's been a long time, but getting
A
to
long
our topic
time.
right now, I think most of our games really are going to be won in the war of attrition. When you
Uh-huh.
talk about it, you look at we're that team that's, if you want to talk about, I'll compare us to a boxer. Let's say I'm gonna go old school. Archie Moore, the mongoose. He was known for his endurance, heart, good chin, and pretty much just fighting over 100 fights. And he had war of attrition type fights where he would fight you all the way down to the 15th, 12th to 15th round to knock you out. These Falcons have that same type of mentality. They're going to throw jabs. They're going to be fundamentally sound. They're going to be disciplined. They're not going to get many penalties called on them. And then what's going to happen is they're going to hit you with a big play. When they hit you with a big play, it's going to put you on your behind, whether it's on the defensive side of the ball or whether the offense finds a way to break out. What we're seeing now, most of the games this year are going to be won at war of attrition. And one of the reasons why these games will be won at war of attrition the front seven definitely is going to apply pressure, and we've seen some of that tonight with the pressure that was applied to Miami, a couple of sacks that we got. But the secondary is stingy, which allows that front seven to hunt. So when you look at that, this defense is putting us in position to be really, let's just be real. This defense is like the University of Georgia. If you look at how they're playing, it's the defense is going to be the reason why these guys win these games until their offense comes along. And if you look at it, the defense is in a situation where they're literally going to force their will upon you and try to beat you into submission. Might be in the first quarter, might be in the second or third, sometimes in the fourth. And what has to happen on the offense is this: when they create turnovers, you got to capitalize on that. You've got to capitalize on the turnovers and the defensive holes. Get off the field. Stop having 3 and outs and putting these guys back out there so you can keep them fresh, so you can get this ball back, so you can play possession. Killian, what do you think about these points that I brought up?
I mean, you brought up a lot of valid points, historian. I mean, as you always do. But I really want to just point to the fact that we really didn't see the first team offense. They could be just as good as the first team. I mean, that defense that we've seen today, they just want to keep them on their wraps and keep them healthy. So, I mean, they could be spectacular. I mean, we really don't know. We didn't see Ritter. We didn't see Bijan. We didn't see Algier. So it's a lot of things we didn't see that, I think that could really, water our mouths. So, I mean, hey, look, I'm just happy they got the win with the people they did put on the field. I mean, they showed me a new Falcon already. So, I mean, I know it's, the crawl before you walk mentality, but from what I've seen so far, it looks pretty darn good.
So, looking at, like you said, the crawl before you walk type of mentality that you have to look at it from all points of view. It's one of those things where you just sit back and say, wow, okay, this is just a preseason game. We're seeing the young guys get their feet wet. But what is it going to look like when we get these starters in on both sides of the ball? That's what I'm salivating for. Unfortunately, like you said, we had when we had a little momentum on that last drive before we had to get rid of the ball, the false start by Mike Vrabel's son, Tyler Vrabel, ended up costing us the momentum on that last drive, because I think what was going to happen was we were going to put the nail in those guys' coffin. What's going on, Foot? Hey, we provided the link on YouTube, man. Get in here.
Yeah, man, y'all get in here, man. Get in here. We want other people analysis.
Shout out to Weehawks TV. You're on there all the time, but you need to get in here with us, man. You owe us that.
Shout out to Weehawks TV, man. Our people's over there, man.
Man, shout out to them Hawks.
That's our family, man. That's our other extended family over there. You know how it goes. But let's just be real with that one, Kill. I like the running game that we have. I like a lot of the stuff that we brought to the table. And hey, like they say, a closed mouth don't get fed. We got Foot in the building.
We got welcome to the Bird Cave. Foot.
Welcome.
Foot, what's going on, man?
Man, what's going on? Hold on for a second. Let me turn this drop the YouTube thing off. Turn this off real quick.
I got you. He was watching it. They said I got me in.
Yeah, that's it. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? What's your analysis? We're gonna let you have the flow for a second. You tell me what you're saying today, man.
I'm gonna jump on now. You be having these things when I'm coaching these boys. Bro, yeah. Hey man, what I can say, like I've been saying last year, Arthur Smith had these boys playing for each other, man. If one thing you see, they never quit since he's been here. They play hard. They get after it, right? Now they don't make some move. I mean, even the third, fourth, and the borderline dudes playing hard. That tells you a lot about the coach right there. It's accountability too. So I like what I'm seeing. Love what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I love what I'm seeing also.
Well, Foot, let's talk about it. Now, we talked about management, not just for the Falcons, but we've talked about it for the Hawks, because I've come on Weehawks TV. We talked about it. It's something similar with the management that's in both of these organizations. Now, the Braves have figured it out, Atlanta United, unfortunately, they ripped apart the championship team, but they still are competitive to where they're still making strides to still competing for a championship.
Right. And that's the
The
key.
thing that, and that's the key. The question is, if Ritter, we still got to wait to see what Ritter looks like, and we're hoping that Ritter, and we all believe all us on this panel believe Ritter gonna turn out to be a damn good quarterback because we know what he did at Cincinnati, and he didn't turn the ball over in those 4 games. We're not judging him off of that, but for a guy to come in and play mop up duty, didn't make any mistakes that cost us, he's solid. So the question I have for you is, do you think that this regime here has figured out how to bring in winning players, or do you feel like they're going to do what the Hawks are doing right now and just continue to sift through players like you sift and flour through a sifter, before you make your biscuits?
Totally different, man, from what these Hawks do, the Hawks front office is doing. We don't know what the hell they're doing, but as far as this regime right here, you can see it year by year, what they had in mind, the plan, how everything's getting put together, right? And I said, like last year, I have the utmost confidence in that regime based off some different things I'm seeing. So everybody looking at the score, but they're not looking at what's actually happening on the field, right? The discipline, how these guys playing, how these guys play hard. That's what's been missing in the Falcons for a long time. I ain't seen something like this since Jesse Toes in the Falcons, right? When we were just hitting dudes and being physical. This is a physical team. I like that part of football right now. We're physical all across the board at all points. So, it's not even a comparison. Like I said, I told everybody I had confidence last year. Just let them do what they do. Once you get a salary cap, they've exceeded my expectations. Like a lot of people keep talking about, Ritter, we need to see what he do. They see his ass every day. What we need to see? All right, let the boy play. Y'all forget they almost beat Georgia in the bowl game.
So do us a favor, not to chump you off because we know you're passionate about it. I forgot we had the rules to pop up at the beginning.
No, that's fine, man.
Yeah, we got to limit the profanity because we are a bit of a family show. You know what I'm saying? We had to kind of change a few things and whatnot. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you do come on here live, we love the passion. We want you to be animated in here all day like I got Foot. Yeah. Foot is family. Foot is extended family to us. So understand that now off the record, me and Foot, we talk real. But on this right here, we still speak real, but we polish it up because we want this to be a family-friendly show for everybody to watch. From older people, I need my grandma to be able to watch this show.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Without feeling disrespected. And
we got some young Falcon fans that might want to tune in. They might not want to hear all the profanity. So articulate it in a great, passionate way, but still be crunk, still be live, still put it out there.
Hey, Foot, I got something I got to show you too.
Okay, let me say this real quick, man. Hey, man, I appreciate what y'all doing, right? I watch it all the time. If I had to go rerun after practice, I did with these boys. Hey, keep doing what you're doing, right? Hey, I know I've been on him for the last 2 years. Like, bro, you got too much knowledge, man. You playing around, make it happen.
Yeah.
You ain't the only one, Foot. That one that's sitting right next to you, K-Dub. And those two have been on me like you. They were like, "Hey, man, when we gonna get on this YouTube joint, man? Let's get it."
You know too much, bro. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with all you guys, man.
Appreciate it.
And we're impressed with y'all over there. We Hawks TV, man. Y'all literally bring that funk like we do.
Yeah, they're bringing that funk
night in and night out. So, Foot, now you talk about merchandise or whatever. This is a little something I worked on today. I might be putting this out pretty soon. My crew is gonna be in the runnings for this, but we're gonna put this out. I'm calling it right now. This is called Sack.
I saw we start early, and I'm looking at them intros too now. Don't think I ain't peeping it out now.
So this is what we got right here. This is Sack. I'm gonna give it out now, guys. But this is what we got so far. The city of Atlanta at the bottom of the shirt. Got Calais in the middle.
We got the posters going.
Yes, sir. We're gonna be putting that out, and rest in peace to the Hall of Famer Claude Humphrey. Had to put him in the shadows because it's called Sack Atlanta. That man was the first to make
without Claude.
Without Claude, we wouldn't have Sack Atlanta. But shout out to my guy King Richie. he said it. Defense, defense, defense. We finally got a pass rush.
Yes. I mean, them boys got after it, man, and turnovers. You know, I don't care who on the field, what string you are. When you keep playing at that level, that says a lot about the team. You know, that's how I look at it, man. That says a whole lot about the team. Cause them dudes, there, boy. Every time you turn it around, they making plays. So, and you gotta think about it. If you look at last year, we was in every game except I think one, maybe two. We was in every game to the end, so it could have went either way. We didn't have the depth. Now we got the depth. Hey man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. You know.
And you spoke on this, and you spoke on this before, and we're looking at it because I said hands down, it doesn't matter because if we don't have pressure in that front seven or that back end is holding up, we're not going to be able to hunt like we were doing tonight. And with that secondary, we didn't even have Jeff Okuda playing, and we didn't have Clark Phillips III playing. Those
that's
guys
what I'm trying to get at.
And you look at it, Trey Flowers held his own today. Everybody tried to clown him because of the Tyreek Hill video, but let's be real, man. That's Tyreek Hill. Tyreek do that to everybody.
Everybody.
But but Jalen Waddle didn't do that to him. Let's be real. Jalen Waddle was one of their first round picks. You look at some of that wide receiver core that took them to the playoffs this year. They did not hurt Atlanta at all in during the week.
Not doing the practice.
Man, Atlanta bullied them boys like Debo Smith's red chain.
We won the week and we won the game. So check that box out.
When does that happen with the Falcons? It's all
that's what I'm trying to get at. That's why we know we got a new bird in town. They got some new wings. They fly
hold on, what you say, Killian? They not lemon pepper wings. Them wings is flying above the clouds, baby.
Yeah. That's the new and approved wings.
I love it, man.
But shout out to Magic City with them good lemon pepper wet wings, baby, and the lemon pepper shrimp. You know we got to throw that in there, man.
Yeah, shout out to the city, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, one thing I like to mention, you hit on it, right? When the defense in that back end. Let's talk about that front though, right? But let's talk about both. They play complementary football. Because look at what happened. Dudes sent at that one go, taking sacks. It was coverage sacks, right? It was coverage sacks.
Yep.
So the back end, like you were saying, they did their thing tonight, man. They did
that back end is. The key thing is we had a lot of bodies that were just injured and out. So you got a lot of guys that just stepping up. So, I mean, I just feel like even if, you can't keep everybody, but the people we do keep, we'll be in good hands, if we do have some injuries on that back end.
Yeah, and then if some of them go make the practice squad, we go peel for them.
That's what I'm saying.
Injured.
Yeah, exactly. For it.
And you look at it, I think they said on the broadcast, guys want to come play.
I think that's the key, man. Being able to rotate players in and out and keep everybody fresh, especially in the fourth quarter, man. Should have it at each position, especially on the back end and on the front, man. It's going to help us tremendously.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I can't wait. So who we play next?
Who do we play next? Good question.
I'll pull it up. I had the stats. I actually had the stats up and whatnot. I was getting ready to call out the stats, which we'll go over in a second, but I'm going to go ahead and slide over to the preseason schedule so we can put this out here for everybody. And while I'm pulling that up, like my guy King Richie said, we've scored in all three phases of the game. This is something that does not happen often.
No.
It does not happen that often. And we get the Bengals next. So here's the way that the schedule goes. The next two games are going to be AFC North opponents. We get the Bengals next in Atlanta, and then we get Pittsburgh at home in Atlanta. So in other words, Killian, you get to see Granddaddy first and foremost against this defense. And Granddaddy was our boy with Darnell Washington at Georgia. But guess what? He ain't wearing red and black. He wearing gold and black. So guess what? He an enemy now.
Of course he's an enemy.
He an enemy now.
You didn't have to bring up his name. I just put the team up there. You ain't had to bring up his name. Just bring the team, and we're gonna do what we gotta do.
Oh no, we got to bring him up because That was a guy. A lot of people talked about Darnell Washington, and a lot of people also talked about Broderick Jones, who got drafted for him. So you have two guys that were in their backyard that people were crying about over the draft because we didn't take them, and now we got to see them. So yeah, we got to mention it because we were some of the dog fans that were a little disappointed. But guess what? It's all good. Whoever wearing this right here, it's who we support.
Yeah. Most definitely. I mean, that's why I didn't even bring it up because it's all about the fact.
Y'all didn't give me a chance to bring out my gear. I got the gear now. Now I got some old school now. I'm about to go get that Algie Crumpler real quick now.
Yeah, go get that Algie. Go get that.
Make sure you DM me. I got you. DM me. I got you.
All right. Yeah.
We talked about it. We talked about that. I got you.
And I still got y'all too. Don't worry about it.
Yes, sir. Okay. Hey, listen. You know that Hawks hat don't go nowhere. That Hawks hat stay up in here, so we show y'all love too.
Oh yeah, most definitely, man.
Hey, I got more Falcons hats than Hawks.
I probably do too. I got quite a few Hawks hats.
Hey, the wife, hey man, you sure you ain't playing on the team? See, a lot of people think about me in basketball and both. Cause them Falcons.
I'm gonna tell you how good I'm feeling right now. Y'all gonna trip and laugh at me. I gotta pull something out the archive. I don't do this all the time, but I'm feeling good. I went old school and got something I ordered a couple of months ago, man. You might remember this from your childhood, Foot. I went old school. I got 1970 McDonald's glasses.
I remember.
I remember.
Jeff Van Note and Mr. William Andrews, the man that Tyler Algier broke his record.
I mean, you know how many of those glasses I had from McDonald's? If I would have, man, don't even talk about it.
I got all four. Lane Kane, Bobby Butler, R.C. Thielman, Alfred Jenkins, Alfred Jackson, and Steve Barkowski. I got all four glasses, man.
Hey, boy. Hey, Atlanta Fulton County State used to be rocking.
Yes, sir.
That's all. That's one with San Francisco in our division too.
Yeah.
Joker, man.
Yeah, but let's just be real. I had to break that out of the archive tonight. I ended up finding them. So that's a historic piece that you got to break out.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, fix you, right? Historian.
Fix your name.
Hey, man, we got, like I said, man, we got some other stuff. Like we got some posters coming up. And see, for everybody that's on here, I got something I'm gonna break out for you. We've been saying that we've been working on some posters and some things. So we're still working on it, but I'm gonna give y'all a little small sample of whatnot. Since this is preseason, I'm not gonna be able to break them out too heavy during the season yet. But if you're on here, I got some stuff I want to show you guys.
I got a question for you, Killian and Mr. Foot.
All right.
Who impressed you the most, either on offense or defense tonight? Just off the top.
On offense,
it's kind of hard.
Go ahead. On offense, I probably say the quarterback Woodside, and then on defense, like Helms. We talked about Helms. I mean, off the top, just like but there was a lot of people that impressed me, but off the top, if you had to give me, put a gun.
I agree with those two, but I'm looking at it as whole total team play. But I agree with you on K-Dub on those two that kind of stood out, right? Especially Helms. Helms, he was out there balling. He was making plays.
I mean, I like what E4 did tonight, especially in coverage and special. He put his name there, like trying to make that. And for the offense, I like the offensive line. They really did.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh no, I'm listening. Because guess what? Because I don't want to stop the momentum because he's got a lot. You guys got a lot of stuff that's coming in that's worth.
Okay.
A lot.
I'm sorry, Glenn.
I like what the offensive line did, man. Just keeping White Guy up for the majority of the game, open up some holes, and Mayfield played pretty decent. I can't believe I just said that, but he actually played tonight.
It's called development.
Nah, he's still a turnstile until he do it as a student. I ain't trying to hear all that. Y'all can kick rocks about Mayfield. Let me tell you this. Send him back to Michigan where he came from. Where that hold on. Everybody talk about these recruits and stuff. I don't know if y'all got to see this, but they had recruits or whatnot that was up there recently a couple of weeks ago, and they had a barbecue. How do you say chicken fingers, hot dogs, and potato chips is a barbecue? Come on, man.
Come on, man. No,
And, and the macaroni and cheese looked like it was something that was cooked out of a cup. Come on, bro. But let's be real. Let's just say this here. So this is a little picture of Mr. AJ Terrell I put together.
Okay. That thing hard now.
Little something.
Hard.
And then I got, since we talking DBs and defense, I got to bring up a vintage guy. I had to put a little something up. Mr. Ray Buchanan.
Okay,
with the
dog collar. With that dog collar.
And if anybody recognize this is what we do. We're true ATLians. So we do try to, I try to do when I put posters together. I try to incorporate a lot of Atlanta history or the city into these posters. So this is an old picture of Techwood Homes before they knocked a side of it down. And this is why I put the condemned signs up on this with Ray Buchanan, because guess what? He condemned a lot of receivers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we got the picture of him with Randy Moss in the NFC Championship game.
I remember that game.
Yeah, man.
And we have him breaking up a pass with old Jerry Rice. So yeah, this is old Ray Buchanan. So just a little something.
Hold on for a second. Take a pause. I need to do something real quick. Hold on.
Okay.
And while he's doing that, we had Billy White Shoes Johnson on the show last week. So this was a poster. Billy White Shoes.
Great poster. Great interview,
and I made sure I put
the
White Shoes into the poster for you guys, man.
If you haven't seen it, go check that out, guys.
Please check out that episode. And that is a special episode that we've done, bringing in some of these Falcons legends. And everybody in the Birdcage has worked so hard to get this stuff right. So we're gonna work on trying to get more Falcon players in here for you guys, so you can listen to their stories. They're gonna talk about the current the current team that we have, and just pretty much the changes that they've seen in the organization since they've been a part of it. So please check out some of the interviews that we've done. Terrence Mathis, Billy White Shoes Johnson, Haskell Standback. We got a couple of more coming too. But he said, let's see. The sellout said, I said defense. I think I might know who that is. we haven't heard somebody say sellouts in a minute. So we already know that might be Brother Strap Brown, better known as Pittsburgh, the mayor of Pittsburgh. What's going on, Strap?
What it is, what it do.
Yes, sir. That's Mr. Oatmeal with no strap right there. So while we got our guy Foot's got us on weight, let's talk about some other things that we saw impressively in this game. I'm gonna say this: all of the secondary men, all of the defensive backs, from safety, all the safeties, and both cornerbacks. Okay,
there you go. I gotta get right. Man.
Stop playing.
Hey man,
hold on. Hey, this is one of them old school now. Then I got me a Reebok one now. I go way back. Hey.
He said we go way back, baby.
Hey, you got right before you got left.
Yeah, left.
He got right before he got left.
Hey, let me tell you something. I said, let me hurry up because Ryan gonna drop me. Let me get right.
And I'll say this here, man. AK-47, what's going on, Eldrick? So yeah, that sack fumble by AK was a chef's kiss. I get it. But here's the thing: we got to see more of that out of AK, because at the beginning of the game, he pretty much had his ankles broken, and his drawers was sitting right down the bottom of his legs when that running back ran past him.
Yep.
If everybody remembers, he had a shot at that running back.
What happened? You're right. I'm kind of 30 hot on that one.
But the thing was, Helms came up and he made him pay for it. Helms made him pay.
Yeah.
So it's beautiful to see that. But we got to see more out of AK-47, man. For you to have a big year and for you to be a veteran now, you're a vet now. You're not a young pup. You've seen this stuff. You got to be able to make fundamental tackles and make plays, man.
Mm-hmm.
Got to make it.
He got to make that tackle, man. He got to make that tackle.
Now, D'Angelo Malone impressed me on special teams. I don't know if you guys got to see that kickoff he ran down and knocked the heck out of the ball carrier and also the block.
Yeah. I missed that one.
Oh,
he was a wedge buster.
Yeah, he played good on third down, man.
Agreed.
Even was
so, ladies and
dominant.
gentlemen, this is not just relegated to us. We already
Y'all can
provided
come
the
in.
link. Come in.
The
Y'all
link
can
is
talk
out
to us
there.
tonight.
Look, we're gonna sit back and let y'all go, man. We want to hear everybody's analysis, man. Come on in, come on in.
Now, see,
Hey,
this
play
we
calling.
doing a little something for everybody. So, like I said, we have some open spots. So if you want to come in, come on in. This is
That's
what
true.
this is for. Because most of the
Right.
time, we're either doing interviews or we're in a position to where we're going to be breaking stuff down. We want to start incorporating you guys again, just like
Yeah.
we did last year. We want you guys to come in after games and speak on what you saw, what you want to see. Now, if you don't want to come on camera, you can still hit the chat section, but we would prefer you guys to come in and voice your opinions because you don't
Yeah.
know who's going to see this. Think about it. We got Falcon players that come on here and do the show with us. You don't know what they go back and they tell folks. So let's be real. Sometimes the fan input has been addressed. I've been
Yeah.
preaching special teams since I started this podcast.
Hey, look, if you love the Falcons, I'm sure you got an opinion. Let's go on. Everybody's opinion counts, man. Let's go out there and put it out there then. Don't be scared. Get on out there and put it out there. The link in the description box. Let's get there. Let's be there.
Yes,
But
sir.
for everybody who hesitant, I jumped on We Talk Hawks early this year. It's so much fun, man. Talking games and stuff like this. This is and then like it. And then
Therapeutic. Yeah,
Cause
therapeutic too.
Because these are the perfect platform instead of listening to talk radio, which I don't really listen no more because it's trash.
Yeah, this our talk radio. This our talk radio right here.
Yeah, this is right here. This is a replacement.
Now, here's the other thing I got for you. So now we're seeing this. Everybody is going to be excited for what's going on. What do you feel like the expectations are going to end up being for this team when you talk about wins? Now we already gave our picks. I said it was going to be 10 wins. Killian said it was going to be 11. Glenn said in between 10 to 11 wins. What do you feel as if this team could bring to the table when it comes to wins, and what could they do to set themselves apart to become a respected organization in this league? Foot.
So I think I agree with all y'all when y'all posted it. I'm feeling about 10 wins, and I said this. I feel like it could be more, but I'm taking into account of potential injuries and other things like that. Even though we have that, it should be no less than 10 wins in my opinion. But I expect more wins out of it with the talent that we have now. But we got to stay healthy, right? So that's why I said I knocked a couple of games, technically 12. I said injuries, let's knock off 2. That's kind of how I approached it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And man, I agree with you on that. And when you look at it all the way around, the expectations is now Ritter got a defense. Even with the backups, he got a defense. And these guys play just as hard as if they were starting. Right now, they're trying to get a job. So guys that are in a position where they're 4th, 5th round, 6th round draft picks, they're going to play a little bit harder than these guys that already have guaranteed jobs.
Yep.
Yeah. But I feel like next week we'll see more out of the team because, so when they interviewed Ritter, he said he'll be playing next week. So I'm sure they'll put more of the starters out there to protect him and not just have him out there by himself. So we'll see more from the team from the starters' perspective next week. But like I said earlier, I just really feel like the guys that we did bring and put out there on the field did an outstanding job. They really didn't give up that many points, and they kept turning the ball over. They kept getting sacks and things that we were allergic to last year. So, I mean, nothing but bright things to come. It's just everybody keep harping on is the injury bug. Can we stay away from the injury bug? Can we stay healthy? And then the most healthiest team at the end of the season will be the team that's probably going to the Super Bowl.
But and 9 times out of 10, everybody, like you said, if you play this game, it's a violent game. No one is healthy, even the practice squad players, by the time the Super Bowl and playoffs is. Like you said, it's who can gut through mentally, gut through the tough parts of the season when you got a sprain, a high ankle sprain or a dislocated ankle or broken fingers, and it's gonna happen. It's who's gonna be mentally tough enough.
Who's gonna be okay? He froze up a little. Right. He may come back in a second, but he was saying a mentally strong team. Who's gonna be most mentally? Go ahead, Ryan. You froze up.
No, I was saying, but who's gonna be the most mentally tough? Who's gonna challenge themselves to push themselves beyond just being average? because you can't be a good team if you're mentally fragile. You can't do it. And you have to have that toughness to get through the rest of a 17-game season and the playoffs. You have to be.
Yeah,
Now,
you learn.
so what I plan on doing this year and I'm gonna throw this out here. So what I'm gonna start doing, people that are involved with the show who come in, who help, I'm gonna start doing possibly random giveaways. You know what I mean? I make a lot of posters and stuff. I might be doing random giveaway posters to those who participate and come in here and chat with us. I might just tell you, hey, just check your DM later. Or I'm just going to tell you right on the spot. So we're going to start giving out posters, custom posters to people that chime in on the show, subscribe. And, we got a lot of giveaways that we're getting ready to start doing. What's going on, Tisha? Shout out to Tisha DeBose, Miss Rise Up.
So she needs to come on.
What's up? Hey, look, everybody come on in, man.
You know what's funny? Now I got to give her some respect because she's an Ohio girl. You know what I'm saying? She grew up a Cleveland Brown fan, but she left Cleveland. Yeah, she left Cleveland alone. Left Cleveland alone.
Well, when they moved and became the Ravens or something?
She moved to Atlanta. She said, I'm born and raised there, but she said, I'm a diehard. She said she loved the Falcons. She loves the passion of the fans. And she says she really wants to find more fans that have more passion like we do, instead of having these people that'll good play. Nah, we want rowdy fans too. So Tisha's actually one of those. So she's out there, safe travels out there on the vacation. She's headed out or whatnot. Spoke to her earlier. If y'all don't know, check her out on Facebook. She definitely has some things popping right now with her. They got a couple of songs out on the air right now, so y'all might want to check them out. So shout out to Tisha DeBose.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Hey, man, that's respect. Sure. Coming from Cleveland, them Browns fans. Let me tell you something, boy. They ingrained. They deep, and to switch on, hey, that's
loyalty.
Yeah.
Hey man, she got tired. She said So the thing was, she left with Vic. She became a Falcon fan because of Vic. So she's one of the newbies. That's what I've talked to her. I told her, I said, yeah, you was baptized in that Gatorade water. That's what I tell her. I said, hey, you ain't like us that was baptized in the blood and the sweat and the tears, the real tears of what
real boy.
Hey, you came along when they got good.
Boy,
you came along doing some glory time. Glorious.
You went around when we had Jeff George and rest in peace to Craig Ironhead Hayward, who did his thing to help us out a lot. Terrence Mathis in the early years. Thank you. Lincoln Kennedy, who left us, our first round offensive tackle, who left us and played for the Raiders and had a great career. He definitely was a jewel. But man, it's different when you talk about now with Falcon fans, and we talk about how Atlanta is a transient city. You have so many different fan bases here, and then the sad part about it is you have people that are born and raised in this city. And or born and raised in the state of Georgia or whatnot, you got their Cowboys fans. They still.
Anybody fan. A lot of times they never even been to these cities. I'm like, dog, have you even been there? Have you ever been to Pittsburgh?
How in the world? This is what I don't get. How in the world you got a ton of Philly fans in doggone Atlanta? And here's the thing: we the Birds. This our city. They come in there taking over our stadium. Like it's Lincoln Financial Field. I saw that in the game when we won. We won with Julio with the fourth down play that he took to the house. Like
the key thing with that is it's a city of transplants, man. Transplants, man. Yeah. They'll get their tickets up. That's the difference. Most of these cities aren't transplant cities.
But yet, and still, those bums want to start pulling for the dogs now, because half of them was making jokes about them, but now they pulling for them because they win it. But like I said, watch the
you already know
when the Falcons start winning.
You already know, man. People like to be a part of winners, but we've been down with them when they wasn't winning. When it was, man, it's been 43 years, 41 years, 40 years. It's been forever.
It's been
now we're in the glory years. Everybody want to get on the bandwagon. It's okay.
You know how it is, man.
It's been 66 years and we ain't won a dog. I'm sorry. It's been 68 years and we ain't won a doggone thing.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, man. You just got to keep riding, man. It's hard, it's tough, but that's just one of them things. It's just, bro. I tell people now, man. I was like, y'all don't even know, y'all don't even understand. But I'm red and black all day on both sides.
Yeah.
And the funny thing, you know what college team I used to follow, especially when I was Georgia Tech, because I wanted to go to Tech.
Okay.
Back
but you can be honest about it. You can be honest.
I can respect. I can
still
respect
go
your
for the
honesty
Bulldog,
about
but
that.
they weren't worth watching at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
I still supported them if they played. But I watched more Tech football and basketball than I did Georgia. Because once they whatever happened. But my brother's a Philly fan, and so what I did one Christmas, I bought his son a Falcon, with the little helmet outfits for Christmas.
Yes, sir.
But we joke about it all the time. He a Philly fan, and he clowned me about, hey boy, I got them dogs on that now. You see that? Hey, look who we got. Every time they draft, their last two drafts, they've been cheap, man. I mean, they've been cheap, but it's just
they ain't been cheating. No, they ain't been cheating. Let's call it for what it is. The Falcons don't want nothing that's in their backyard. They want, and you got to understand, it's all about schemes and matchups. And a lot of the time, I hate to say it, but a lot of these dogs don't fit what we do.
And that's what people don't understand.
Yeah. And now one guy I feel like that'll fit what we do is, and I'm gonna be honest with you, is Javon Bullock. You talk about a safety. Yep. Could you imagine? And here's the thing: Jesse Bates gonna be back here for a couple of years. We already know this. I'm just saying. You got a lot of these young corners. You got a lot of these young. Think about it. Clark Phillips is drafted because he's our Aeneas, and I'm gonna say this: Clark Phillips is Aeneas Williams reincarnated. I'm gonna keep saying that. Gotta put some respect on the Southern alumni and Hall of Famer Mr. Aeneas Williams. Technician, speed will come up and hit you. The man who knocked Steve Young out and pretty much ended his career. Clark Phillips has a lot of that in him, and I think he's going to be a guy that's eventually going to start. But if we use any of that New Orleans defense, where you talk about having a multitude of secondary players that's going to be rotating in and out, why not start bringing in some of these guys that are in your backyard? They're playing the secondary that because think about it. You look at all these DBs that have been coached up that's been in the league by Kirby Smart when he was from Bama. Minkah Fitzpatrick is literally the best safety in the league.
Yeah.
And that's the Kirby Smart guy. That is the Kirby Smart guy. You look at so many of these guys that have been developed under Kirby and Nick Saban, and then you got to look at what came out of Illinois this year up under Brett Bielema. I'm just throwing out stuff, just looking at, okay, we have a great team, but we can get better. I want to see the Falcons become a machine. Yeah. That's what I would like to see in the
future. The Dogs. They're a machine right now.
Yeah.
Where it don't matter. Don't come in and they just gonna get the job done and win these ball games. That's what I want to see the Falcons become.
Well, like I said, they gonna go ahead. But
what y'all think about the defensive scheme? What y'all think about it overall?
I mean, I like the rotation. I mean, because I've never seen us really rotate like that. Kind of like what the Dogs do. So I see it working at college level for Kirby and company. So let's bring that same kind of rotation to the league that New Orleans has been doing to us. They've been dominating us the last few seasons. So, I mean, if it worked for them, so I think it can work for us. I mean, like I say, keep bodies fresh, keep bringing in new guys every few plays and keeping those guys fresh and getting to that quarterback and making interceptions and create turnovers. So, I mean, I like it so far. I mean, like I said, just 1 week into preseason. We got more games to continue to analyze, but with Ryan Nielsen is cooking up. I like what he's doing in the kitchen right now.
Man, don't be settled for where you at. Even though we got the dub tonight, let's still get correct, especially on defensively. They're like plays that we've given up, like they're like end around and reversing and wide receiver screens. We really need to tighten up on that. But overall, man, I like where we headed. I mean, I got a good feeling about this because I think the mentality switched over during the off season when Fontenot was cooking in the off season with free agency, and he pretty much did what he did in the draft or whatnot. And he said, "Look, I got this. Just believe in what me and Coach Smith is doing." So I think overall, man, we just need to be trusting the system He would take her. Like I'm looking forward to game 2. I want to keep QB1 at the helm and look at company number 1 offense and everybody on defense. Overall, man, good job tonight, fellas.
So, all right. So most definitely, we got, like I said, we still have a lot of work that needs to be done with with the Falcons, because let's talk about it. Even though we got the win, there was still a lot of busted coverages. There was still a lot of mental mistakes that were made that should have been. This is the time where you have your pen, and you got your whiteout. You can go ahead and erase the deficits, because right now the preseason is really just trying to get a feel for what you have and what it looks like against competition. But you're going to be vanilla because you don't want anybody to plan for what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
So I'll say this: Scotty Miller, if he stays healthy, can be a problem. We saw that with a couple of routes he ran. Josh Ali is going to be that guy. I got a feeling if he gets his opportunity, you look at his route running, you look at how he literally was. If you watched him a few times, he was on the field. Those corners could not run with him. Slick route runner.
We gotta have better hands. He dropped some nice ball here.
Yeah, but hey, but guess what? You're right. He got to catch those. You got to come up with those. You're in the league now. You don't get too many more of those drops. Jerry Rice had a drop problem when he first got into the league. A lot of people forget about it.
I know it can get corrected. I know it can get corrected, just like what I'm saying, like Drake could get corrected for as fumbling the football. So everybody got something they need to work on. That's what I seen from him. I see he can get open, but when you get open, you need to catch the football, son. That's all.
Well, we can't say the same about Mikael Walker. He still lost in the
he gonna get cut. I'm just putting it out there.
Listen, I'm okay with Buddy being in the cutting line. Hey, well, let's go. If we gonna cut something, let's cut that one right there. Put him in the cutting line. Go ahead and cut.
I'm just my analysis. I just feel like he ain't gonna make the team.
Hey,
I've been saying he needed to be. I said he should have been gone 2 years ago. I was saying this when we was just on Facebook before we even got on YouTube. I've been saying this.
But sometimes you need another set of eyes to look at it. Ryan Nielsen's looking at it. It's not Dean Pease looking at it anymore. And like, hey man, you're not cutting the mustard for what I'm trying to, from what I'm trying to see. And that don't mean you can't make another team. You may make another team and fit in well. But what we're trying to do here in Atlanta is not what it's in the cards for you, sir.
Right now, the way I look at it, man, Malone is playing him by far. It's not even.
What'd he say? What'd he say again?
Y'all playing.
Hold on. I gotta take a swing of this right here because I almost started coughing.
Hold on. What did Glenn say? I must have missed it. What'd he say?
Yeah, Malone. He got playing him. It's not even close.
And that's why I'm laughing because, Tonio said this last year. Coach Tonio, who used to come on here, he said that last year. He said D'Angelo Malone, the first year he was dealing with that shoulder injury. So he was not 100%.
Yeah.
When you saw how he flew down there on that kickoff and he laid the wood the way that he did, I'm just going to sit back and say this here. When he get his chance to get on the field,
there's a wrap.
All I can say is that to me, I feel like that might be one of the steals that is finally gonna start showing his benefits this year because he was hurt last year, so he really didn't get to show. And I got to give Justin Schaefer, the Bulldog, our Georgia Bulldog, some credit because he was opening up holes. He seems like he's become more comfortable. And he didn't miss many assignments tonight.
Yeah.
Like I said, last year he was struggling bad.
Everybody gets a year in the system. Like I said, the first year of doing anything is pretty difficult, challenging. So this is year 2. So you should start seeing some improvements from all the guys.
I agree with that, man. So I guess, like I said, the trench is looking real good though. I've been hollering about them trench for years while everybody blaming Ryan and everybody else. Them trench looking real, boy. the boy.
But hey, look, the trenches got to want to block for you though. The trenches got to want to block for you.
Hey man, them trenches looking good. Is some fresh neck bones out the pot with some white acre peas over some yellow rice and cornbread.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's looking like right now.
Yes,
it's real delectable.
That's why it'd be funny for me when people keep. This is football's the ultimate team sport, right?
Yeah, ultimate.
Everybody has to do their job. If one person does their job, nothing's gonna work. Well, so it was funny. They always looking at Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan this, Matt Ryan that. Folks just being their feelings about it. No, y'all, it's football. Okay, the game is won and lost in the trenches. If you look at any team that go to the Super Bowl, they looking at this finesse, this quarterback, they get out there. Bro, what them trenches doing? You know, if you look at what them trenches doing, that's the formula to win. Protect the quarterback, run the ball. Right?
You have that's true.
Stop the run. It's just simple. But social media is funny, man. You know, I don't claim to be no sports effort. It's common sense to me. Right? It's just, and I look at it, and like I said, same way with Ritter. A lot of people, it's funny. A lot of people upset. Why were you saying Ritter? I need to see him. They have to see him to feel good. Bro, you saw him in Cincinnati. You ain't talking about him. You know,
King Richie, I see you backstage. But the rule is, man, if you're gonna jump on the show, man, we gotta see your face. That's something that we trying to incorporate with the fans or whatnot, man. When you get on, we gotta see your face, family, because we do want to bring you in and whatnot. But you gotta get on the camera for us, bro.
We definitely want to bring you in.
Yeah, we definitely want to hear your analysis because you always come with the funk, bro. So we gotta see your face. We make sure that he's on. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just saw him jump right backstage, and I got to make sure I let people know.
Fine.
Please show your faces if you're gonna come on to the show. Let's see.
There we go.
Hey, Richie.
Yeah, hold on. I'm in the dark. I was outside.
No, that's cool. It's just the fact that we just got a rule now. We got to have people face out here, man. You know, we tell people if you got warrants, just don't come on to the show. Just be in the chat.
If you got warrants, stay in the chat. Nah, we ain't saying you got no warrant. We just trying to be
blowing. Yeah, I'm just blowing, so I ain't want everybody, to know I was smoking. You know what I mean? So, but man, I'm gonna tell you what's funny. I was cutting up a watermelon, right? They had just scored the special teams. When he ran the ball back, Alfred. I'm cutting up the watermelon. It maybe 3, 4, 5 minutes come back. Defense scored again. I said, damn, again? Like, I haven't seen that. And I don't really like to say 2016, 17. I ain't seen that since 1998. Because, see, I've been watching the Falcons since Chris Miller. So I done been there with all the losing. And if we got a pass rush, we don't have an offense. If we got an offense, we don't have a pass rush.
Yeah. If we got peanut butter, we ain't got no jelly.
Man, you must be out there in the country because I hear crickets out the back of you out, man.
Yeah, I'm out here in Palmetto, so you know what I'm saying, the service is not really good out here. That's why you just stay in the chat.
You know what? We got you, bro. This is what we gonna do. We letting you slide tonight because you've been a regular with us for so long and you've been consistent with us, bro. We letting you slide, but like when we have it on, we gotta have your face next time, bro.
We have to have your
face. Okay, that'll work.
Because here's the thing, we love when you come on because you bring a lot of sense to the table, bro. So that's one of the reasons why we like you in here with us.
I got you. I'll make sure I show my face next time. I'm just actually sitting outside.
Now, ain't that wrong with that? You enjoying the weather before it get hot again.
Yeah, of course. Yes, but I'm not gonna lie. I really like the Sac Lunner because they really showed me something today. They really showed me.
So he like that Sac Lunner.
Make sure when you tell.
I mean, because if you really look at it right, That's not even the first and second string. That was the third, fourth, and the undrafted free agents.
Yes.
You
That's
barely
what you
playing
got to
with your
look at.
second string.
Yes.
Yeah, what you got to look at, man.
Maybe what? 2 players from your second string offered and someone else was out there, and that's really your first string. You just not gonna tell nobody that. But I get it because Arthur Smith play chess. He don't play checkers.
And make sure when you use that term Sac Atlanta, say, hey, my family in the birdcage was telling everybody this Sac Atlanta, Georgia right now.
Oh yeah,
That's
this
what you
Sac
tell them.
Atlanta.
That's hey,
Man,
make sure you tell
let
them
me
that,
ask
baby.
you one question. When is the
What's
first
that?
time we won our first preseason game? I ain't talking about the second, third, or the fourth. I'm talking about the first.
Last
Man.
See what I'm saying? It take you too long to even think about it. You shouldn't even have to take that long.
I'm used to you losing preseason game, man.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm like.
Yeah.
No, I don't even remember being good in
Hold on, but
preseason
when you
last
look
year.
at it though,
Exactly.
no, the first time we win a preseason game, the first time we score in all 3 phases of the game, the first time you can't just come in here and just run through our defense, because usually we like, okay, we know the defense ain't gonna stop you. Just give us the ball back and let us try it again. You know what I'm saying?
It was a try.
It was a try.
And the excuse
And
always
then you got
preseason.
our third string quarterback out there looking like Brock Purdy for real. They was just dropping shit. If you want to be for real about it, we dropping shit. They dropped 4 passes.
Yeah, we didn't even put Heineke out there today. You know what I'm saying? We put the third string out there. He out there balling.
Hey, Rich,
I can't even be mad at when the last time we had a third string. Everybody on that team, Arthur Smith, I gave him a lot of hell at first. He made me bite my tongue today.
Yeah, man.
I understand that. I'm going to tell you when I first seen him really open up his playbook, that game against the Saints, when the first play he did was a vertical with Ritter.
I think it's the mustache, the stash.
Andy Reid, bro. Andy Reid. A lot of people don't believe it.
No. It ain't Andy Reid. I'm gonna call it for what it is now. We finna take, hey, us Killian.
Ted Lasso.
Killian, we finna take. We getting ready to take credit for this one. Hey, us water boys or whatever got the cleanest stashes, just like that right there. Yeah. Navy boys and Coast Guard boys all day. We have no fear. So he ain't got no fear of anything right now. So he getting ready to light everybody up.
And did you see that he actually smiled today? He knew it, man. Like in the back of his mind. He like, this is my third and fourth string and undrafted free agent. This is not my team for real.
He was smiling like he got a fresh piece of peach cobbler.
And I mean, we usually lose. Man, I'm used to losing the preseason.
I didn't know if we would have lost, it'd be 1,000 people on here, giving the band. Oh man, it's the same old shit, same old.
You know what though? If we'd have lost,
because we won. No, I'm saying because we won, it's just like it's almost like cricket tonight. I'm like, but it seems like they be waiting on the on the bad stuff.
I don't even think it's that. I think it's the disbelief.
Why have disbelief? And they've been praying. We've been praying and hoping to get this type of production
because it's not the famous players that they want.
Yeah.
These are nobodies.
I won't say DeMarco
Helms in one game for real.
No, yeah, they ain't nobody.
We can't say DeMarco Helms is a nobody because we all know about him.
Like they're not the Lamar Jacksons, the people that they really want. When I say to them, to the people who think like that, those are nobodies. To us, we watch film, we watch college.
Yes.
Yeah.
Marco Helms.
To be honest, a lot of people shit on Ritter, but I'm gonna be real with you. 2 more plays, he would have whooped Georgia ass. 2 more motherfucking plays.
Hey, Playboy, we know you hyped about it. We want you to be there, but you gotta limit the cussing because it's a bit of a family show now. Yeah.
We gotta limit all
the profanity.
Yeah.
We don't even do it now.
Because look, it's all kind of ways you can articulate what you're trying to say.
Oh yeah. That's why I said, yeah, you right. But Ritter was 2 plays away from spanking Georgia.
You ain't lying.
And let's just be real about it. 1 more minute on the clock, it'd have been a wrap.
I need to see more Ritter. They're just disrespecting the man, what he did for 4 years. But Bryce Young, who any other body, the kid from Ohio State transfer, he read it, but Ritter, I ain't seen that. He got to prove himself. That's what's funny to me. Did y'all?
All I know is Woodside look good, and I know what's the name was a rookie, but he supposed to be the number 2 pick, but he looked struggling. He looked little time.
But let's be real on this though, gentlemen. Ritter, let's be real. The reason why that pass didn't get completed in that game, in that Sugar Bowl against Georgia, the year right before Georgia went on their tear and won that national championship, was because Azeez Ojulari pressured him from the backside and literally put a hat on him while he was throwing that ball, and that pass was underthrown because Tyreek Stevenson was beat like a redheaded stepchild. I mean, just let's be real. That receiver had 10 steps on him, and that ball hit Tyreek Stevenson in the back of the head, and that was the reason why Ritter did not beat Georgia. Because if he knocked off Georgia in that game, and then Georgia wins the national championship, his stock would have been a lot more high. It would have been a lot higher than what it already, instead of it being what it was. So let's just be real on that, man. That Ritter had over 200 and something passing yards with a couple of touchdowns against that defense who shut down everybody, minus Alabama in the SEC championship game, but they shut down everybody that whole year, winning that first championship. And all those first round picks literally got sliced like Swiss cheese.
Yep.
I mean, he still only lost like 4 or 5 games in his career. It don't matter if he beat Georgia or not. That's a lot of wins in college.
He didn't lose a game at home his whole career. His 4 games he lost was on the road.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, even if he'd beat Georgia, did beat Georgia, I mean, that's a lot of wins at the collegiate level. I mean, that's a lot of winning, man.
Over 40 wins.
I think he had like 44 wins or something.
So, Rich, this is my question I got for you. And we talk about this because we talked about Ritter. Because you look at the guys that he had, it was a couple of good players he had, but the guys that was making stuff happen, Sauce Gardner, Kobe Bryant, the other cornerback that they had, and you look at Jerome Ford, and I always forget the wide receiver's name, who literally was Ritter's go-to guy. All these guys are balling in the NFL right now.
One they like Trey Tucker or something like that.
Yeah, and they all balling in the NFL right now.
Yep.
They all balling in the league right now. So
Trey Scott. I think it's Trey Scott.
Yeah. Trey Scott.
Because that's who I wanted. That's who I had on my draft board on like the 4th, 5th round, because I was like, him and Ritter already have a connection.
Wow. Somebody said, so I get y'all point on Ritter, but if Bennett would have played, it wouldn't have been close. I got to disagree with you on that.
Huh?
Because here's the thing. Bennett doesn't play defense, and the way that offense was struggling at first, Zamir White was the one who started everything up. He and George Pickens. Those were the two that started it because Cook was at his father's funeral. He didn't play in that. James Cook didn't play in that game. So when you look at it, let's be real on this. Bennett was a very good quarterback in college, one of the best. A lot of people don't want to give him his props, but we all dog fans, we give him his credit. But Ritter was on a whole nother tear that night against that defense that won the national championship. So I got to disagree with you on that because he sliced up the defense. Bama took it to another level with Jamison Williams and Mitch in that SEC championship game. So if Ritter would have had the team that Bama had, I believe Ritter take him out.
He didn't even really need the team Bama had. He just needed one more receiver or one more tight end. It'd have been a wrap.
Yeah,
exactly.
And one play.
That's it.
One
he
play.
only had one
play.
Even Brock Bowers, he would have happened.
And that's why I said with the Falcons, with him having weapons, because we know his football IQ is high. Like Arthur Smith said, he already know the playbook for real. Because if you notice, Ritter don't even wear the wristband. It's like he keep all the plays in his head.
I ain't noticed that. Hey, that's a good observation, man. So that man don't even wear no damn wristband.
He don't.
Heard the interview.
How many quarterbacks do we see doing it now?
Doing what?
How many quarterbacks do we actually see without a wristband or anything that's telling them something?
I even see Lamar Jackson with a wristband. He been in the league about 3 years. He'll look that all the time.
But here's the thing. We really haven't seen that since, You had the Steve Youngs, the Joe Montanas, and those quarterbacks, the Jim Kellys, those guys who knew those playbooks and could dissect you like it was nothing. So the question is, will Ritter be one of these quarterbacks that's gonna start dissecting folks?
I mean,
Good
it's
question.
that way because he stayed. Hey man, that man stayed in the film room. That man is
Yeah.
first person in the last one to leave.
I mean, I've heard that from quite a few people on the team so far. Like, that's what you want to hear from your quarterback. First person in the building, last one to leave. So that's what you want to hear, man.
He had an
If you
interview with Rick
notice on
Eisen
them
the
pictures,
other day and talked about that.
if you
So he
noticed
talked
on them,
about how.
oh my
Oh, go
bad.
ahead. No, go ahead.
Now I was just saying, if you notice on them pictures when they put up about training camp, that you didn't see his time. He did at 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. And everybody else is like 8:30, 8:15, 8:25. He did at 7:30, 8 o'clock. When they put the times on what time they arrived at the training camp, he was the first one.
Mm-hmm.
That shows leadership.
Yeah.
Well, he came into Atlanta in a whole different situation. He wasn't like a typical young quarterback that came into Atlanta.
Yeah,
This
he bad.
man already had a ready-made family when he got to Atlanta. So right now, when you talk about responsibilities, anybody on here that's got kids, I don't have any yet. I will have one. I'll be inheriting one day. But I'll say this is when you look at it, anybody that has a child, you understand that you have to have a schedule to pretty much balance everything out with children because you'll lose your mind if you don't have a set schedule. Ritter has a schedule. Ritter was already mentally in that place like, okay, I'm not like these young bucks that's coming up in here where I can spend all my money on clothes, jewelry, and throw money in Magic City, Pink Pony, and a couple of other places like that. You know what I'm saying? He has to understand, like, look, I got a car seat in the back of my car. I got to set up this trust fund for my daughter. I got to have this house paid off for the wife. And then I got to have some emergency money in case she divorced me or whatever. And I got to be able to pay for my lawyer and give her some alimony. So that, I'm joking when I say about him divorcing.
Yeah, we
Hopefully
get it.
that don't happen. But I'm just being for real though. That man got grown man problems already. And he's just coming into Atlanta as a second-year quarterback. If that does not mature you, I don't know what does.
Fact.
Hey man, when we drafted him, when we got him, folks are all up in arms like, bro, do you not see the value? Do y'all not understand the game? Have y'all not watched it? College football? Because I mean, bro, you got to start a quarterback in year 2. In what round again?
Third round.
Exactly.
They like, and they kept on saying about the third round. Like, no, I don't care about these other team passing them. You got, like he said, Foot saying the value you're getting out of the third round because now you can build a team around him with the pay scale. Then you can still go. He can still play himself into the second contract, and that's when he can really make his money. But we can go on a nice run with you during your rookie contract.
Yeah. And we got a lot of pieces before we got him too. And so he's still here. All right, because nobody really, you already knew who need quarterbacks, QBs, so they snatched him. So they probably sitting there licking their chops. Unless somebody just, he there, he still let me go ahead and snatch him up. But yeah, man, I was ecstatic to be honest with you, man, with that pick, because again, I saw value, right? You get a quarterback because you don't know what these kids gonna come in looking like in the NFL. I don't care what you look like in college. This is a different level. A lot of times people look at college, you kind of see some things, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be a successful quarterback or a successful anything. And that's what people understand. What you did in college have nothing to do with what's going forward when you're in the pros at all. And a lot of people keep taking it like it translates. No, it doesn't. Because at the end of the day, you throwing a dart at the wall trying to hit the bullseye, no matter who you pick.
And I think, and I'm gonna tell you this, it's something in the water with them boys. It's something in the water from guys that come out of Louisville, Kentucky. Now, if anybody doesn't know, Desmond Ritter is from the home of Muhammad Ali. Those is a lot of the athletes that come out of Louisville, from basketball to football to baseball. There's a certain arrogance that they have. It's a certain arrogance that comes out of it. You go back to even the legendary defensive lineman, Jim Marshall. Jim Marshall's from around the Louisville area. You talk about a guy that played the game, was a gentleman, class act, but was a monster on the field. and all those athletes that come out of there have a certain swagger about themselves that's borderline arrogant, where they say, okay, I can do whatever that's gonna be put in front of me. I know I can win. And they all don't think they're gonna lose. And that's the type of attitude that you want, especially out of a quarterback. You come from I'm putting it like this. You got big shoes to fill coming out of Louisville, Kentucky, with one of the greatest athletes of all time, with Muhammad Ali. Any athlete that come out of there, you're gonna have big shoes to fill, because at the time, the man said he was the greatest of all time, even when he didn't have a championship. Guess what? Ritter exudes that same confidence, but the difference is he doesn't say it.
Yes.
And I think that's what won everybody over in that locker room.
The locker room talking about it. That's people not talking about that much. The locker room is talking about Ritter. So you hear from the players all the time.
When we have a agent like Claire, one of the reasons why I came to Atlanta is because I believe in Ritter.
Yeah.
And you talk about it, Calais Campbell, was one of the best defensive linemen in the league in Jacksonville for a long time. And he played on a lot of bad teams, but then once he got closer to the end of his tenure of being a younger guy, he became a very dominant player. You know what I'm saying? He became a very dominant player. And you look at what he did in Arizona, and then you look at what he also did over in Baltimore recently. And he still was putting up solid numbers. So a lot of people try to say Atlanta's the retirement home. Everybody said that Atlanta's a retirement home for players. I don't see it that way. I see it as it's starting to become, now with Arthur Smith, it's more of like a Lazarus pool. And if anybody doesn't know what a Lazarus pool is, it's pretty much a way that you can actually find the fountain of eternal youth. That is a different way of saying it. Because Lazarus pool was something that they had back in the day around Egypt, and also around don't make me lie, around the Israelites. When you talk about bringing something back from the dead, because a lot of people counted Calais Campbell out, but none of us did, because he still produced at a high level for a guy that's in his mid to late 30s.
And he don't have to play all the time because of the depth.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of teams wanted Calais. So I mean, he still has, some juice in the tank, and I'm just happy that he signed with us, because in the past, signings like that we wouldn't be able to get.
Prime example, what's the DM we brought in for Super from Atlanta? With Walter.
I said, I was talking about that. Yeah,
that's what Grady said.
Same thing.
Grady said he feel like it's when Dwight Freeney was here. He said that in the interview.
Yeah.
He said, matter of fact, he said that's why he took both his arm braces off, because now he ain't got to worry about losing his arm, because everybody defending him and nobody else. He said he's not even playing with the arm braces this year.
And Dwight Freeney was undersized too.
And remember this, Grady Jarrett. If y'all look at the pictures of him in the past couple of years from last year and the year before that, and you looked at him now when he did the interview on the sideline, Grady done lost a little weight. He done trimmed up.
Yeah, he's 305 now.
Grady done lost about 10, 15 pounds. And now when you look at that, Grady getting ready to really be unblockable now that he's got help.
And then that's the thing about it. He finna do what, everybody like Aaron Donald, right? But Aaron Donald can only do what he do because of his defensive line. Grady finna show you that he is that same guy. He just haven't been able to do it because he didn't have help. He said he took the braces off this year, so I already know what that means. When a man tell you I took my arm braces off, that's like getting hit with that chair on that riverboat. Because he knows what he finna do to you.
You're right. Hey, man.
We were trying to I see where that's going, man.
That was good,
man. For your defense to tell you he finna take off something because he know that's something that he said he used to protect his arm, because if you watch that one game, I went to that game, all four of them was on him. They said they don't even want to block nobody else. They not even worried about our line.
And
Hey,
here's the thing, Rich. David Onyemeta's been a pain in our butt for as long as he's been in the league.
He the only
And
reason
now,
Cam can do what he do. He
yep.
the only reason.
Got to find that out.
Yeah,
And here's the
yeah.
thing.
He
Then
can be
you
a
got
flip.
everybody's talking bad about Bud Dupree. I'm like, did y'all realize Tennessee's defense was depleted? Bud got help. You got Lorenzo, and people keep forgetting. We still got Lorenzo Carter. That is a guy who changed a lot of games this year.
Troy and here
Yeah,
too.
And Troy, no, I'm speaking.
yeah.
I'm not speaking
Follow
on
the
Troy
foe.
just yet. I'm speaking of all the old cagey guys, the veterans. You know, the gray beards of the defense. You know, the old men. Yeah, I had to use the reference, gray beard. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, think about it, bro. You got all these older players that have over, when you add all their time together, that's over 50 years of experience and knowledge of seeing things and
yeah.
being on different defenses. And you're bringing this together, and then on that back end, you got a great veteran like Jesse Bates patrolling the area with AJ on one side.
Boy,
Love
stop.
it.
The way
Hey
I
man. Then you got the pressure. Because truth be told, going back to Grady now, Grady probably won Super Bowl MVP. We would won that thing. It was
Yep.
close. Because
They'd
Yeah,
have gave
yeah,
it between
yeah,
it'd have been between him and Matt Ryan. That's who that would have been between.
he was a menace. I mean, they could not block that dude.
yeah.
But you know
And
why?
that's-
'Cause
Yep.
we had who did we have? Adrian Claiborne or Dontaria Poe, one of them two. We
Hey,
had
You had,
that
one
was
of
the
them.
mission.
you
They
had
rotate.
Claiborne, Dwight Freeney. You had Claiborne, Dwight Freeney. Vic Beasley was on one side,
Yep.
and then you got to remember you also had Jonathan. You had what's old boy's name? Not Babin. Yeah, it was Babineau. Babs was in his last year.
Hayes,
No,
or was it
it was
Hayes?
Babineau.
That,
And then you had Upshaw that was
hey
in that
man, think
defense.
about it. Think about then and now. That rotation, that depth. That's how they
Yeah.
got eat. Why you think Vic Bees would eat? That's what people understand. You had enough dudes getting that pressure or get up the middle. The pressure come up the middle on the edge. It would come from everywhere.
Yes, sir.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
And that rotation.
And that's why I said, look at this defense, man. I don't know why it hit me one night. I was just driving, and I said, if you got Calais, David Onyemata, Grady, and Harrison, if he come along on the offensive front four, because if you look at it tonight, we weren't really blitzing or running stunts. We were straight up
We
in your
I
face.
didn't really sure. We didn't even blitz.
And remember this: Harrison is the closest thing that you're gonna get, and I know it's high praise for it. But if you look at him physically and you look at his motor, Harrison is a Javon Curse clone all over again. Now
He sure
look,
is.
I hated Javon. I'm gonna tell you this here. I'm gonna tell you this here straight up. I hated Javon Curse. For number one, he was a Florida Gator. So that already pissed me off from the start. Then he goes to Tennessee. He does well in Tennessee with the Titans. Then he comes to Philadelphia and was a pain in our behind in the NFC playoff run when we saw Algie Crumpler get folded like the paper.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Don't talk about the jersey. Let me fold it up.
No. I got to bring it up because think about it.
Yeah.
Javon Curse and Jeremiah Trotter was the reason that Michael Vick hung that ball as high as he did, and the reason why Algie Crumpler got folded. So if we can get production out of Harrison like Javon Curse, because he was disruptive against Georgia in that Peach Bowl, if you watch. Numbers didn't show, but everything he did affected that game. And that was the reason why Georgia's offense fell behind. So if he can bring that same type of intensity and swagger to the Falcons, we got to steal.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, everything you just named with the size of Calais Campbell for real.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you look at it, he was in the backfield all night long. Now, he didn't always make contact, but he was in that backfield.
Exactly. And when you talk about it, I feel like this. I say Arthur Smith is like the big kid in the candy store. He don't want the little penny gums and penny chews that's in the store. This man want the big lollipops, the long licorice. You know what I'm saying? That you see up in there, the 3 foot high gummy bear and stuff like that. This is what this man want. This is what this defense. This is what this team look like because everybody is literally oversized and can run. Everybody, and that's offense and defense.
We got some dogs there, boy. We got some dogs.
Yeah.
And the defense have correlated to the offense, because if you look at the offense, it was just drop ball. But other than that, our offensive line was mean today.
Yeah.
And think about it, and that's the best part about it, because those are the backups that were doing that. So because Hen Dog is here's the Hen Dog is down. You got Bergeron. God forbid anybody else go down. Justin Schaefer in year number 2 has stepped up.
Yes,
it was the reason they took him. He was a project guy.
You know, you got look at him. His pass protection got a lot better too.
Exactly, because truthfully, we all said this. All of us, this dog fans said Justin Schaefer was a project offensive lineman. We all said that. And we said as a run blocker, he's a mauler. But if he ever got that pass protection together, he would be a serious problem. And it would be high risk, low reward, high reward, low risk. Because you took him late, you don't have to pay him that much money. Yeah. And if you get the most out of him, he definitely could be a piece that'll help out with the depth, because we saw last year that the offensive line needed depth because Hen Dog got hurt. So now that we got this established, I just hope that we don't have to worry about depth and none of those guys got to come in.
Yeah,
and then you got to think you didn't even get to see Clark Phillips tonight.
That's what I'm trying to get at, man. So much you did see. We talking about what we did see.
Hey, man, this offensive line remind me of you. They're looking like a little bit like Mud Duck and Tyson Claiborne. Them, you know what I'm saying?
Whoa. Hold your horses. Hey, don't
hold your horses.
Listen, don't put the buggy before the horse, dog.
You're right. I'm just talking about the practice.
We happy about this.
But you got to get these boys some expectations, man. You can't just be talking about hold your horses all the time. Let these boys go out and play, man.
Expectations, because think about it. When they can't, all right, when you talk about it, look what they had on that line. You had Sam Baker, you had Tyson Claiborne, you had Mud Duck on that, or whatever, Tom McClure. And then let's look at this here. Then you had the big nasty on the offensive line that everybody forget about. Harvey Dahl.
Yep.
You gotta have somebody that's got a mentality that's ready to fight you on the spot. We haven't seen nobody with that
mind. When they first put those guys together, we didn't know they were going to become. They became.
But if you think about it,
reminding.
But if you think about it, this defense gonna create that. Because think about what Drake London said. He said they mean. So and that's in practice. Yes, Drake London said he said, man, them guys mean, they scary.
And that's because of Ryan Nielsen. And a lot of folks realize, I'm gonna give you this. We finally got a piece of the Pete Carroll coaching tree that's worth 2 dead flies that smashed. Because Dan Quinn literally couldn't even hold his water in his back pocket. Let's be honest with you. I'm just gonna keep the buck with you on that. But now you bring in Ryan Nielsen. First off, he got a great first name, by the way. I'm gonna make sure I throw that out there. Name is Ryan. So he already destined for greatness. I'm just joking, y'all. But you gotta think about it. He came out of a Pete Carroll system in USC when he played for Pete Carroll during the time USC was winning national championships. Yep. So he got a young Pete Carroll in his playing days. And then once he was done playing, he became Pete Carroll's assistant before he went to New Orleans and took over and did what he did. So we're getting a lot of that nastiness that those USC Trojans had back
I ain't even think about that. That's a good point. I ain't even think about that.
Think about it. Everybody talk about Dan Quinn. Let's be real. Dan Quinn is not a true disciple of Pete Carroll. Let's be real on it. The true disciple is that guy that we got on the defensive side right now. That man was marinated in the stuff Pete Carroll had from his college days all the way to his professional days.
And did you notice we didn't play 5 to 10 yards off the ball tonight at all?
Boy, I was loving that.
Killian mentioned
snap we did.
We played press man all night long.
I called out the defense in the secondary for the game. I said they're gonna show up. That's what they did.
Killian said that last night on the Birdcage. He said the place that I feel, and I'm quoting you on this, Killian, because I told you, I said I gotta see, because I said we just don't know. Killian said, don't worry about it. The place that's going to show the most improvement on this defense is going to be them boys on the back end because of Jerry Gray. Because we all know what Jerry Gray has produced in his time in the league.
Especially when he said he's not worried about interceptions because if you play the defense right in the back end, they're going to come. Once you got pressure in the front, bad throws coming.
And it showed.
And be fundamentally sound. That was the other thing he said in his interview. He said, I don't care about all this. I want my guys to be fundamental. And he spoke highly of D. Alford. He spoke highly of D. Alford. He said the man played in college. He said the man was a good high school player, college player. He goes to Canada. He said the only difference is, man, they might be a little bit better here in America than they are over in Canada. But I ain't gonna say that because there's some dudes over in Canada that can ball over here. Tons of talent. It's ton. I can't disrespect that because that is a passing league in the CFL. So D. Alford definitely is a bit of an upgrade when you talk about pass coverage because he went through that.
Hey, Spelman High School got there and proud of they got there young disciple right there from Griffin, Georgia. He showed out.
Man, I love it.
Can't nobody tell me that the Saints defense is better off because I see who the true person was behind that defense.
They were getting after it, man. I can't stand
it. But you got to think, though, you know, we got somebody that was an insider with the organization for 14, 15, 16 years. So he already knew he was coming to get him. He's like, man, I'm coming to get you. This was said before he even got hired. You know, once he got hired with Atlanta, you got friends that you work with at work. Like, I'm coming to get you, dog. It might not be right away, but I'm coming to get you.
You got to get
you got inside info to where you may know that somebody's unhappy, but you don't talk about it, in the media, but you have personal conversation with people like, man, but I really want to get out of this town, whatever. I don't know what the discussions are, but I'm coming to get you, man. I got a position. Yeah, I got a promotion where I can come and get you, and I'm gonna bring you to Atlanta, man.
And I think I'm gonna tell you the straight up truth. I think New Orleans extended Cam Jordan because let's be real, I ain't even a New Orleans
person I'd have brought with me. The first person.
I don't want to sound bad I don't want to sound funny, but and I'm going with this. I believe New Orleans extended this brother because of the fact that they knew that he was going to be the next one to come over. They knew because his contract was ended. Think about this. His contract was ended. And he loved Ryan Nielsen. He actually said his feelings was hurt.
Man, you put him and Grady together. Oh, that'd
be a problem.
Think about this. His feelings was hurt when Ryan Nielsen left. He even said that. He said, how did he say it? He said it on the interview. Yeah, I hate to say it, He said those stinking pigeons. That's what he called Atlanta. He called us pigeons. He said those pigeons are getting my man. He said getting my main guy who literally put a lot of us in a position to do well. And I'll be honest with you. I still see we might still add a pass rusher from free agency. I believe we're gonna get somebody on a discount just to add depth.
Dockway, man.
Left on the market.
No, and Dockway's already signed with somebody.
He did sign? Okay. I missed that.
The cat that I'm thinking about is the cat from Minnesota that we were talking about. Darnell. I can't think of his name.
Ellerby?
Talking about though. Yeah.
Is it Ellerby?
Right, where you at, man? We can't even see you on the camera.
Who, me?
Yeah, it's black.
The hell? Hold on.
It's all good, man. We were looking. It's like, man, we still can't see.
You cut the light off?
Yeah, see me now.
Turn off the lights.
No, you can't see.
Hey, watch out.
No, I'm singing that. No, wait a minute. I'm singing it because the Falcons. Wait a minute, hold up. I'm singing it because the Falcons turned off the lights on them fish tonight.
All right. Yeah, sure did.
Man, I'm just happy we got a party line, man. Even if preseason, it just be summary when you come on here trying to, explain losses.
I just like
So we got a Facebook user that said the announcer sounded like they was listening to the Birdcage with all the talk about winning the battle in the trenches and how Atlanta. Thank you, Facebook user. We definitely appreciate it because I've been preaching this since
they might be sneaking and watching.
Since day one.
Sneaking and watching.
It's okay. Hey, look.
It's
Hey,
all
come
good.
on and sneak and watch, because you're gonna help us get in a position to where we gonna continue to give you some info to try to help this team
Yep.
bring a championship to Atlanta.
Yeah, me
Yeah,
and Ryan
man.
been talking about that for a minute, haven't we? About these trenches.
Yeah, man.
Everybody talking about this other man, trenches. Do y'all not understand?
Trenches. Build,
Oh
build.
man, that's meltdown. Hey, that's meltdown. Big meltdown. That was who said that. That was big meltdown. Shout out to that
Okay.
guy meltdown
All
who's in
right,
the bird
meltdown.
cage. You
All right,
But
meltdown.
you heard what
know?
our coach said. He said he planned on playing 20 games. He didn't say nothing
Still
about
hungover from the
17.
birthday, huh?
No, y'all heard what Rich said. Like Rich said it. Arthur Smith said 20 games. He ain't playing 17. He's shooting for 20.
Yeah. I mean, you got to go ahead and count them up because it's gonna be a long season, baby. That's why we gotta have a rotation.
Let's get a shout out to Arthur Blank because you know he closed a couple deals on the free agent now. You know how he do it. Come on, let's keep it 100. You know he had him in
Yeah,
back.
I'm gonna do this here because my future mother-in-law put me in a spot where I got a pen for she hooked me up with a pen that's made out of an artillery shell. If
Oh,
you know what
nice.
this is, anybody that's military know what this is. But yeah, that came from one of the big boys on the ship that they turned and smoothed out. But I'm gonna say this here. The only thing Arthur Blank is doing is pulling out his nice custom pen like I got right here,
Mm-hmm.
and he just signing checks. That man ain't saying nothing. He letting Terry cook.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But
Terry shopping. Hey, I said it before. Terry shopping with a Georgia EBT card, some leftover New Orleans, some leftover doggone food stamp dollar bills, the old food stamp dollar bills, by the way, that's got the know your boot on the side of it.
what?
And he
Hold
literally
on, brown,
is shopping.
green,
Yes.
brown, green. Wait, don't get me started.
It's brown, green, blue, and there was
Blue,
one
yeah,
that was yellow at one point too.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
He in
Yeah.
there, look, he's buying groceries out. He was buying groceries out of Save a Lot, but this man that moved up to Walmart, and he might slide over to Trader Joe's and get a little something else, or he
Praise
might
the.
go to the farmer's market and get some fresh stuff. But we got the hotline. We got the hotline.
We got the hotline.
But let's be real though, that man sitting there cooking up all kinds of rude. Well, he's a Louisiana boy, so I got to use Cajun cuisine. He's cooking up etouffee. He's cooking up gumbo, jambalaya. He literally is putting all this stuff in the kitchen for Arthur Smith to cook with. Let's just be real.
And the best thing about it is you're playing something too the league hasn't seen, and that's positionless football. Because what does it? You could take all three running backs and start off in I form and end up in what you want to say a spread look. It's just so many looks you can come out of with one play is what I'm trying to say.
And that's
He
what we're
might
gonna do.
have
Yeah.
5, 6, 7 looks for 22 personnel. You don't really know because he's never really had the quarterback to open his playbook up.
And
That's
all this
all
part.
he really.
Yeah.
That's all
And
he
that.
really missing.
Yeah.
And what makes it dangerous, Rich? No one knows what Desmond Ritter really is gonna do. That's what makes it dangerous. The only thing you could go off on is what he did in college. But the thing that Desmond Ritter, even he showed it last year, the one thing that he's very, very strong on in the Arthur Smith offense, a quarterback has to be very good at play action. That has to be your bread and butter. You have to be able to throw out of play action, and you have to be able to disguise it very well. Ritter has always disguised his play actions very well. And being a former safety, I tell you right now, he'd be a pain in the neck to actually have to plan for. Because it's like, man, if he faked me and I bite, I take that one step. And you got Scotty Miller who runs a 4.3. You got Josh Ali. Hopefully he get his hands together because he got good speed and is a good route runner. And you have Drake London. And then you got Mac Hollis, Captain Caveman. Shout out to my guy Scoop, aka the Black Wall Street. He came up with that name last night. So we call Mac Hollis Captain Caveman because Mac already talked about it. He said, man, I don't even like eating with forks. I eat with my hands. And then not just eating with his hands, let his hair hang down, literally looking like Captain Caveman.
He big hell.
Then told you I don't like no weak MF. You can't eat with your hands and walk on the cement with the sun beaming down on your
And
feet.
you,
Yeah,
He don't
I
even
know
like
what
you.
you say that Georgia heat.
yeah. That
No,
heat
because
where you
they
can
said
fry
he don't even
fry
wear shoes.
egg on the concrete.
This man
Oh
don't
yeah.
wear shoes in practice, so you got to walk across the blacktop. All us know how how hot that blacktop get when the sun beaming down on it. And you just comfortably walk into the field. You know he crazy.
You know he a country. Well, you know he a country boy from North Carolina, so that should already tell you something anyway.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
You
We
know
then
he
need we need
country. He
we need
probably
more.
played
We
outside
need
with no
all that.
shoes on growing up.
Yeah, we need
man,
all that,
I
man.
I didn't even know he was that big till I seen the clip.
Oh yeah.
Man, you know Arthur Smith is like big receiving big guys
But
anyway.
but here's the thing, he got a connection. But here's the other thing. Arthur Smith got a North Carolina collection with him. And when you talk about it, Mac Hollis was a problem at North Carolina. And I remember when he went to Philly. The thing was, Philly didn't use him like he was supposed to, because you got to remember, you had that kid, you had Nelson Aguilar at USC, who was supposed to be their top dog. And then you had JJ Arcega-Whiteside that was there. And then you also had Alshon Jeffrey that was there. So when you look at
Ooh,
when they went
yeah.
on that think about it. Mac Hollis got a Super Bowl ring, and he was on that team, but they didn't use, they used him sparingly. They used the other guys more. So Mac went to the Raiders, played, did well, but now you putting him in a situation where it's fresh. He has a little bit more stability in this situation. This man want a home, so we getting ready to get everything we can get out of
Man,
Yeah.
if you look at this offense, man, I remember when we picked up Gonzalez. I said, okay, yeah, Gonzalez who are right. I said, we pick your poison, right? But now this is truly a pick your poison type team.
Yes, truly pick your poison.
You still got CP, right?
Truly pick your poison. It's
So-
the set. It's just the different formations he can come out there in. I mean, he gonna scare the hell out of you, man.
Hey, watch out for Bajan though. I know me and Ryan like at first like, hey man, what they doing? Then you start thinking about it and start looking like, hold on now, I see what he's doing.
it. Bijan gonna be, if he stays healthy, I'm calling it. I know I'm comparing him to a Hall of Fame. Everybody want to say LaDainian Tomlinson. No, not at all. If I compare him to anybody, Bijan Robinson is a second coming of Thurman Thomas. Book
Wow.
I said Marshall Faulk, man. I'm on.
I was thinking Marshall Faulk.
I'm giving, and the reason I say
I'm saying Marshall Faulk.
The reason I say Thurman Thomas is because he's physical between the tackles like Thurman was. But if you ever look at Thurman was really one of the first wide receivers outside of Roger Craig that ran routes better than wide receivers. Literally. And if I got to compare him, you look at the same size, the same speed. And remember this, Thurman did it on one leg his whole career. Because after he blew out his knee at Oklahoma State playing basketball, Barry Sanders told the story. He put on a brace. He didn't get surgery. He played majority his whole career with a bum knee and was killing folks with one leg. Yo,
No, man, I like Thurman. I really do like Thurman Thomas.
The only reason I'm saying it is because Bijan,
I'm leaning toward that
if you
Marshall
ever
Faulk.
look at his wiggle is exactly like Thurman's. LaDainian Tomlinson was just smooth. Him and Marshall Faulk was smooth. If you ever look at that wiggle with Bijan, when you see him shimmy like this here, I know I'm not shimmying like a Kappa. Let me make sure I put that out there because I don't need them coming after me. I can shimmy just as good as y'all, by the way. But, shout out to them boys at Kappa Alpha Psi, man. My Uncle Dennis, he watching. Shout out to my Uncle Dennis. But if you ever watch how he shimmies between the tackles, it's many linebackers that don't put hands on him, just like Thurman. Thurman, it looked rough, but it was a lot smoother than what you thought. And literally, he'll make you pay for it if you decided to pull up on him. Same with Bijan. And Bijan has to get once he gets his pass blocking down in the NFL, because he was solid in college.
No.
If he gets it down in the NFL, I think we're gonna have other problems.
He'll give me more film to watch as he, takes his Atlanta journey. But I'm sticking to my guns with the Marshall Faulk. You can stay on the Thurman Thomas side of the line.
Marshall is one of my favorites. The reason I can't compare him to that, because Marshall was just an undersized guy who literally played bigger than what he was. That dude, Jesus.
And we got one of them on our defense.
Yeah.
Who would you say? I want to hear what I know. I want to
Clark
hear this.
Phillips.
Go ahead, King.
It's my Clark Phillips.
Phillips.
Yeah.
I like it.
He's a pretty good interview too. I watched the interview that he did. He's well spoken.
Well, he did go to school in Mormon country, man. You have to be
I
politically
mean, I
correct.
don't want to just say because he went to school in Mormon country. He's just,
Well, you got to look at it. A lot of the guys that come out of that system out of Utah, whether it's Utah State or Utah or even BYU, they're very well spoken because
okay.
You got to look at it like the history of being in that area. You have to be well spoken, and you can't really say certain things and with the media out in that way because it's like you say, it's a Bible Belt state.
I guess. I see what you're saying.
Because think about it, they was pissed. They stayed pissed off at Jim McMahon his whole time he was out there. They stayed pissed at him because he literally said whatever was on his mind, and he didn't mind drinking. You know, he didn't mind drinking and partying, and they hated it. So, you know, for him being out there, that was a whole different experience. He was groomed totally different.
Yeah.
But gentlemen, it has been a pleasure. We definitely are gonna have more of these. Hopefully, we'll have more people to come in. Now that
it's just the preseason, man. It's just the first go around, you know.
And we got to give it. Hold on, I got to switch hats for a second, gentlemen. I got to switch.
A lot of people was probably crying because they seen that Ritter wasn't out there. You know, all the people they probably wanted to see the Bichons and the CPs and all that.
I've been crying all week, man.
Hold up, I got to switch hats right now because, like I said, we support all Atlanta teams. You know what I mean? Now,
support them Braves, baby.
The Atlanta Braves 7-0 against the New York Mets. Division win. Way to step up and come back from losing the other game the other night. I mean, the other day against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
You can't win them all. Can't win them all. We still got the best record in baseball, baby.
But the beautiful thing was that was a division win. So if they take this series this weekend, it definitely looks good. But it was beautiful having the Braves win and then the Falcons win on the same night, man. They can't get no better.
Can't get no better, man.
What Atlanta United doing? They ain't been following this year.
Yes, sir. So again, we definitely appreciate those who stayed with us. We know we went a long time tonight. We were supposed to get off about an hour ago, but the conversation got so good. So good. Tonight. I just
see what happened was I came on. That's what happened.
Oh yeah.
I mean, hey, look, we appreciate you for stopping through.
We appreciate you
come on back.
Stop through.
Yeah. You better tell Demond he better bring his light skin behind on in here too.
I will. Demond been on the break last. We had to give him a break. You know what I'm saying? I told him he needs to slow down.
Tell that joke. Hey, tell that joke. Ain't no breaks out here. We all getting it in just like him. Ain't no breaks. Better bring his behind. He better bring his behind over here. Come see his extended family over here.
Absolutely.
Come check us out. Come check it out, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, now that the season started, everybody got to see.
Man, it was great.
Man, for sure, man.
Hey, man, I noticed something. All y'all Decatur boys, y'all all coming up in here.
Hey. You know
what it is, baby, in the building.
You know what it is.
You know what it is.
That's how we do it. So I know we was all Decatur boys. Hey.
Oh yeah.
No.
What's up?
You know what? I ain't got no beef with y'all. Even off from the squats, baby. You already know what's happening. But you already know. I got to let it be known. Somebody got to represent. Somebody got to represent for the squats around here. So.
Absolutely.
It's all good though, man. I appreciate y'all coming on. Hey, Rich, man, next time we see you, boy, we got to see your face.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Man, hey, look, we love you coming on too, man. Hey, just had that camera on there time. You had great analysis tonight, man. Appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. I'll make sure the camera on me.
And for those who are still watching, keep coming back, man. We got some posters that's gonna come out. We might be having some shirt giveaways too, as you can see. I got the Sack Lantern, had to put that together for the night. Had to start off right. But we definitely appreciate you guys coming on. We love you. I want to thank my guys for coming on. Graybeard, K-Dub, shout out to Turbo, Mr. Run It Back, Coach Brandt, the First Lady of the Birdcage, my guy Meltdown, Scoop, aka the Black Wall Street Journal. Mm-hmm. And then we got Coach Cam all the way out in the Cactus State. Shout out to you, my brother. So we definitely will see you next Thursday. Foot, we gonna see you next week probably after the preseason game, and I know Rich gonna be back for this one too.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah,
y'all,
man.
fellas.
Appreciate
Another
y'all.
party
So
line. We're gonna
let me
have the
go ahead and
party
break
line
it down.
again.
So we do have an interview that's going to be coming up Thursday. We have Mr. Phil Cox coming into the building. He's an SEC legend on the hardwood. You know, he's a sports fanatic as well, just like we are. But he also was one of the best basketball players in the SEC back in the day. So we have him coming on this Thursday. So please, please, please tune in. We got a future NFL Hall of Fame. We actually got a NFL Hall of Famer that's coming on at the end of the month. We're gonna keep that a secret and tell you who that is a little bit later. So shout out to my dog Killian. You already know what it is, man. And everybody else who's joined us tonight, we love you. We can't wait to see you next week. And you know, if you got anybody that's in your family, you love them, you tell them you love them, because you don't know if tomorrow's promised, man. We all love you. We'll see you guys next week. And y'all be safe out there and stay out of trouble. Much love. Birdcage. We out. Ghosts.